Welcome back to the 2025 Pesky Marble Championship Qualifiers. These are the third and fourth events of the qualifiers, so we will see who qualifies for the championship today. As you see, after Event 2 in Group A, the Orange Angels are leading over the Leaping Lizards and the Rocky Rollers. And in Group B, the Surging Storms, to almost nobody's surprise, is in first over the Misty Mountains and Mocha Missiles. Hello everybody, I am PeskyBird, and I am joined once again by Spenny in the commentary booth.
And these events are certainly going to be interesting, very diverse. We have the Dune Slalom, which, as you can see by these blocks taped to the sides, this is going to be a fast event, and it is not impossible for some of these marbles to fly off the edges of this track. So it's going to be, and I think we had that literally happen for the Shadowrunners, and they somehow managed to get back on the track.
Yeah, it is the third marble that crosses the line that counts the time, and the Shadowrunner is doing a sneaky cutting the track tactic that is in fact legal because there's escape roads. So they will take a sneaky win over Team Oasis, and even if it was illegal, this is the friendly round, so nobody really cares that much. As we got the Green Dragons and Pretty Flyers. Green Dragons do have the lead right now with their third marble. At the line, they're gonna get a very comfortable win.
To absolutely no one's surprise, the Green Dragons showing dominance in a PMC event. And you gotta wonder how good they're gonna be in this entire season. But you never know, crazier things have happened. And they're actually not even going to win. The Shadowrunners were quicker with that little cheeky strategy. And let's see if any of the teams in the groups adopt that. It's probably a bit risky, but we will see here with Group A and 1, the Rocky Rollers and Team Terra. They will get started. Even start. It looks like maybe Team Terra had the lead at the start. The Rocky Rollers, they will have a really good open section, and they will win this match. But of course, it's not about advancing. It is purely about how fast you complete your run.
Yeah, that third marble for the Rocky Rollers was just a bit faster through the open section there. The open section is very crucial because you will bump with your teammates there. So bumping them in the right direction is what you need. Cherry Bombs and the Stripe Strikers here. Stripe Strikers with a slow start, but a really poor run there for the Cherry Bombs. One flies off the track for the Stripe Strikers, and that'll be their detriment. Cherry Bombs will sneak out the win with the Stripe Strikers. Their second marble just getting too much airtime over that curb there. And Cherry Bombs will cruise to a pretty easy victory, but it'll only be second place for now.
Yeah, there's actually a lot more strategy than you might think, because we have the Leaping Lizards and the Alpines here. In that open section at the bottom, having 4 marbles gives you a lot more options for getting your marbles to the bottom. I think maybe the Alpines got it, our first win on the bottom lane by about a hair. We'll have to see in this slow-mo. Yeah, look at that. The Leaping Lizards got all squabbly amongst themselves, and they lost it. 6 flat, 6-14. It's actually only going to be third for the Alpines, so it's not looking too good for them.
Speaking of not looking too good, the Yellow Jackets, again, not having great qualifiers. Meanwhile, Team Infrared have the lead here, are going to win the race and continue their strong form through these qualifiers. The Yellow Jackets, their struggles continue. Will they ever qualify for a PMC? That is everybody's question, as they will come up short here. What's the time going to be? They put them in 8th. Meanwhile, Team Infrared are in first place overall. So the rookies, or the new team, is currently showing everybody up.
Now, one of the surprises of the qualifiers, the Orange Angels, who are really cooking here. They're going to beat the Neutron Stars in this match. I think both teams had a bit of squabbling at the bottom, so I don't think we're going to see a first place time here. Oh, look at that bounce back from the Neutron Stars. That lost them a lot of ground. At only 6th and 9th, both slow runs. I was right. They did look a bit weird or awkward down in the open section. And now for the River Rapids and the Saw Sharks. The last runs of Group A, they're going to need a good one here. And it was good for the River Rapids, especially after their balancing was absolutely tragic. They might be back in the top half here.
struggling on the lower lane, and then just poor teamwork for the Saw Sharks in the open section. And that really cost them. And River Rapids, they'll go up to third place, so that'll definitely help them get out of the gutter that their balancing run had. But nobody was even close to Team Infrared here, winning by a full 10th. The Rocket Rollers continue their good form with the second place. Yellow Jackets get dead last and sit tied at the bottom. With one event to go, Team Infrared is tied at the top with the Rocky Rollers. So we have to see who's gonna qualify in Group A. But now we go to Group B with the Winter Warriors and Caramel Colliders. Both teams sitting in the bottom half, so they're gonna need some good runs here. And it's gonna happen for the Winter Warriors, and one gets stuck for the Caramel Colliders. Dare I say it's not gonna run.
Yes, as I was talking about squabbling amongst themselves. Look at that. One of the earlier marbles, I think the second marble of the Caramel Colliders stopped, and that oh my goodness, I just saw the time, 6.9. That is disgusting. That is a strong contender for last place, as we have the Mocha Missiles and the Surging Storms. The Surging Storms could probably have a poor event here and still be in a healthy position, but of course they want to win, and they are going to do that. Not by much, though. Mocha Missiles giving them a good battle, but I do think Surging Storms took it.
Yeah, they had a really good run to the slalom, but then just overconfident teamwork nearly cost it there, but just got the line right at the end. And they'll jump up into second place out of 4. So it's an early time, but it's still decently middle of the pack. Now, the top 2 of balancing, both setting almost incredible points here. And it all goes wrong for the Misty Melons here. Eclipses just got that section much better. And the teamwork was just not there again for the Misty Melons.
That run from the Misty Melons doomed from the start because one of their marbles almost seemed to forget to go or had some struggles with getting up to speed, and that completely doomed their run. As we have the Lemonheads and the H2 Orbs. That bottom team needs a good finish here. How are they going to do? Lemonheads are in a good position. It's going to be a win for the Lemonheads. The H2 Orbs, they get stuck, and that is going to hinder their time. Not able to use the teamwork of all 4 marbles in the open section. As we have seen, oh wow, look at that. In fact, the other marbles in the team sort of pushed them into that corner. It's actually not going to be too bad a time, but it could be worse.
Now we see Ultraviolets and the Phoenix Force. Ultraviolets get off to a good start. Can they get some momentum going back here? Can they win? Yes, they can. They do get the win over the Phoenix Force here. So maybe they are trying to fight back to maybe get the outside shot of qualifying after getting 1 point in the first 2 events. Nearly was disaster there as they just pushing one of their teammates out of the way. But it'll put them to 4th so far. So not quite what they need so far in this event.
The Infernos and the Icebreakers will round us out on the Dune Slalom. We have lost one for the Infernos, and that is going to be a poor time. The Icebreakers looking pretty decent for them. I think that straggler was the 4th marble. Let's have a look down here. What happened to the Infernos? Yeah, the 3rd marble pushed the 2nd marble off the track, and it is looking very disappointed out there, actually going under the Sand Moguls track and just continuing to roll along. But let's see what the results were. It's the Lemonheads, and I don't think I said it, but look at that time, a 5.61, destroying everyone else in Group B were the Lemonheads. The Caramel Colliders, yes, that time was very bad. And it'll be the Surging Storms. The Lemonheads do not quite take the lead. The Surging Storms hold it with 29 points. Winter Warriors are on the cusp, and we have bunch of poor teams at the bottom who are going to need a fantastic event here on the Sand Moguls.
Let's see the friendly round testing out. A little bit different than Moguls in the past. This one indoors instead of outdoors that the finale was, is the Green Dragons cruise to a very easy win here. This one on the sand instead of on towels, which is usually indoors. So will the marbles have a different effect here? I don't know. Green Dragons had 6th place last season in the Moguls, and they get the win here.
A dominant win at that as well. Team Oasis take a distant second. And it is a tie at the top between the Shadowrunners and the Green Dragons. I think both of them had a win apiece, maybe. Fruity Flyers had a bit of abysmal friendly round there. Team Oasis, 1 point off in third. But now, the final qualifier event. This is where it gets interesting.
And they're off. Stripe Strikers have a good start. Yellow Jackets die at the back, and the Stripe Strikers a win. What happened there to the Yellow Jackets? They just absolutely got walloped by the wall, and their chances of qualifying were long gone at the start of that race. Team Infrared will continue their strong form, getting second. Alpines can only manage third, so I don't think they're qualifying either.
Neutron Stars, Team Terra, River Rapids, and the Orange Angels. A lot of teams in here. 4 teams in here. Anyway, it's the River Rapids. They're out to a lead. They're bouncing off the walls, but all the other teams are as well. The River Rapids will win it. Who got second there? I believe it was Team Terra. The Orange Angels finished third. And the Neutron Stars, who I'm pretty sure were near the bottom of the standings. Oh, and they got some really bad contact in the middle of that race. And none of them are going to finish on the podium, not even the River Rapids. And that is good news for the likes of the Alpines, who finished third in their race, but is still third overall. As we head into the final one, Rocky Rollers, Saw Sharks, Leaping Lizards, and the Cherry Bombs. Oh, and this is a close race. Look at the Rocky Rollers. What a move that was.
Rocky Rollers just stormed down the track there, showing their previous dominance. Saw Sharks kind of caught up with that, will still get second place. And Cherry Bombs, who had a good start, just lagged behind. Rocky Rollers, who are sitting up there in the standings, are gonna get a 4th place here. Cherry Bombs dead last. I don't think that'll be good enough for them to qualify. We'll find out the results a bit later, but we'll see if that first place, though, for the Striped Strikers will be good enough for them to qualify. They were sitting down in the standings, so we'll have to see. But first, we go to Group B.
Group B, here we go. We're going to have to wait to find out the full results of both of these groups to the end. H2 Orbs, Winter Warriors, Eclipses, and the Icebreakers. Who's going to get off to the best start? It is the Eclipses, and they're battling. No, they get passed by both the Icebreakers and the Winter Warriors. The H2 Orbs, their disaster has come to an end. I don't think they are qualifying, especially with a 4th place run in this race. And look at that. The bad contact there with the Icebreakers were the H2 Orbs. The Eclipses got completely swamped. I'm not sure any of those times are going to be enough. You really need a sub 4 second, as we saw in some of the Group A runs, as we head into the next one.
Surging Storms, Ultraviolets, Caramel Colliders, and Phoenix Force. Caramel Colliders cruise to the win. Who got second? That was very close between the Phoenix Force and the Surging Storm, but nobody was in the same postcode as the Caramel Colliders. They're dancing their way to the win. And I do believe it was the Phoenix Force who just hold off the Surging Storms for second. And again, the Ultraviolets managing 5th overall, but I don't think that'll be enough for them to qualify. But here we go for the final heat of the qualifiers. Lemonheads, Misty Melons, Mocha Missiles, and the Infernos. All these teams trying to pick up a spot in the main tournament, and it's the Misty Melons who cruise to a win, and I think they will pretty easily qualify. But the other 3 teams, it will be a question as if their time was good enough, and is it good enough in the standings for them. They were really far behind the Misty Melons here. Misty Melons go up to 2nd, and it's 7th, 8th, and 11th, the Lemonheads, Mocha Missiles, and the Infernos. So, the Caramel Colliders win that event. Will that be enough for them to qualify? H2 Orbs, their chances of qualifying were long gone. But now we will see who is qualifying for Pesky's Marble Championship 2025.